Welcome to Fantasy Tales, your ultimate portal to epic adventures and unforgettable characters. Here, we delve deep into the intricate worlds of your favorite fantasy stories, unraveling the rich tapestries of character arcs and the artistry of world building. Each tale we explore is filled with wonder, magic, and lessons that resonate beyond the pages. Join us on this thrilling journey together, and don't forget to subscribe for a treasure trove of tales, secrets, and magic waiting to be uncovered. Let's embark on this adventure into the extraordinary realms of imagination. In the heart of the ancient Middle East, where vast deserts stretch beyond the horizon and secrets lie hidden in the shifting sands, there lived a humble woodcutter named Alibaba. Little did he know, a single fateful encounter would lead him into a world of unimaginable treasure and deadly danger. This is the legendary tale of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, a story of greed, bravery, and the triumph of cleverness over evil. Join us as we journey into a world of mystery, where secret caves hide untold riches, and those who seek them are not always who they seem. Alibaba was a humble woodcutter who worked hard every day to earn a modest living. His life was simple but content, as he lived with his wife in a small village. In contrast, his brother Kassim was a wealthy merchant who lived in luxury, but his riches made him greedy and unkind. Kassim never shared his fortune and often looked down upon Alibaba's poverty. One day, while Alibaba was in the forest chopping wood, he heard the sound of hoofbeats approaching from a distance. Thinking it might be bandits, he quickly climbed up a tree to hide and watch. From his perch, he saw a band of 40 thieves, each one armed with swords and daggers. They were led by a tall man with a commanding presence, their chief. The group stopped in front of a large rock, and to Alibaba's astonishment, the leader spoke in a loud, clear voice.
"Open sesame!"
To Alibaba's amazement, the rock began to move, revealing a hidden cave entrance. The thieves hurried inside, carrying bags of treasure. Alibaba could hardly believe what he was seeing. After some time, the thieves emerged again, their bags now empty. As they mounted their horses, the chief said,
"Close to sesame."
With that, the rock slid shut, concealing the cave once more. Alibaba waited until the thieves were far out of sight before climbing down from the tree. His curiosity got the better of him, and he approached the rock cautiously. He repeated the words he had heard. "Open sesame." The rock slid open, just as before. Inside, Alibaba found himself surrounded by unimaginable wealth, piles of gold coins, sparkling jewels, and valuable treasures of every kind. These riches had been stolen and stashed away by the thieves over the years. Overwhelmed but cautious, Alibaba took a few bags of gold coins, enough to help his family without attracting attention, and hurried home. Before leaving, he said, "Close sesame." The rock sealed itself again, and Alibaba rushed back to his house, excited to share the news with his wife. At home, Alibaba's wife was overjoyed when she saw the gold, but she wanted to measure how much they had. She decided to borrow a scale from Kassim's wife to weigh the coins. Not wanting to raise suspicion, Alibaba's wife gave no explanation for why she needed the scale. However, Kassim's wife, being curious, smeared some wax on the bottom of the scale, hoping to learn what her sister-in-law was up to. When the scale was returned, Kassim's wife discovered a single gold coin stuck to the wax. She showed it to Kassim, and his greedy nature flared. Furious and envious, Kassim demanded to know where Alibaba had gotten the gold. Alibaba, feeling cornered, reluctantly revealed the secret of the thieves' cave. Kassim, consumed by greed, didn't hesitate. The very next morning, he took several large bags and set off for the cave, determined to claim all the treasure for himself. When Kassim reached the cave, he stood before the rock and confidently said,
"Open sesame."
The rock opened just as it had for Alibaba. Kassim eagerly rushed inside. His eyes widened as he saw the endless piles of treasure. Unlike Alibaba, who had taken only what he needed, Kassim wanted it all. He filled his bags with as much gold as he could carry, his greed blinding him to the dangers of the cave. When he had stuffed the bags full, he made his way to the entrance. But in his excitement, Kassim forgot the magic words that would open the cave. He tried frantically.
"Open barley."
The rock remained closed.
"Open wheat."
Still nothing. Panic began to set in. Kassim tried one word after another, but none worked. Trapped inside, he realized his greed had led him to this desperate situation. Just then, the thieves returned to the cave. They found Kassim and immediately knew that someone had discovered their secret. Enraged, they killed him on the spot. When Kassim did not return home, his wife grew worried and rushed to tell Alibaba. Fearing the worst, Alibaba hurried to the cave. Using the magic words, he entered and with great sadness found his brother's lifeless body. Knowing that if the thieves found Kassim missing, they would hunt down the person who had taken the treasure, Alibaba decided to bury his brother in secret. He sought the help of Morgiana, his clever and loyal slave girl. Morgiana was not only resourceful, but also exceptionally brave. Together, they made a plan to carry Kassim's body back to the village and give him a proper burial without raising suspicion. Meanwhile, the thieves were determined to find out who else knew the secret of the cave. They sent one of their men into the village, posing as a traveler. His mission was to learn about any recent deaths, hoping it might lead them to Kassim's home. The thief soon found Kassim's house and, under the guise of friendliness, marked the door with a discreet symbol, intending to return later with the rest of the gang. But Morgiana, ever observant, noticed the mark on the door. Realizing that someone was plotting against her master, she quickly devised a plan. She marked several other doors throughout the village with the same symbol, confusing the thieves when they returned. When the thieves saw that many houses bore the same mark, they grew frustrated. The chief, however, was not so easily deterred. He decided to infiltrate Alibaba's house himself. Disguising himself as a traveling oil merchant, he arrived at Alibaba's home with large jars, some filled with oil and others concealing his men, hidden inside, ready to ambush the family at night. Morgiana, as sharp as ever, was preparing dinner when she needed oil for cooking. She went to the courtyard where the merchant's jars were stored and lifted the lid of one, thinking it contained oil. To her shock, she heard breathing inside the jar. Realizing that the thieves were hiding in the jars, she acted quickly and calmly. Morgiana boiled a large pot of oil and, without making a sound, poured the scalding oil into each of the jars, killing the thieves one by one. When the chief came to check on his men later that night, he found them all dead. Morgiana confronted him, and in a final act of bravery, she killed the chief of the thieves, saving Alibaba and his family from certain doom. Alibaba was overwhelmed with gratitude for Morgiana's courage and loyalty. She had saved his life not once, but twice. In recognition of her bravery, Alibaba rewarded Morgiana richly, and he arranged for her to marry his son. This union brought Morgiana into the family not as a servant, but as an honored member. With the band of thieves vanquished and the treasure secured, Alibaba and his family lived a prosperous and peaceful life. Though Alibaba had come into great wealth, he never let greed control him, always remembering the dangers that had nearly destroyed his brother. And so ends the tale of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, a story of fortune, cunning, and the triumph of loyalty and wit over greed and evil. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more timeless stories here on Fantasy Tales. Until next time, keep your imagination alive.